This is the biggest quote right here when he's talking about the situation. There's no demotion for Cade McNamara. He's playing his best football. It is a promotion for JJ based on what he's able to do as well. What is going on, everybody? It is Jake with Master of Football back at it again. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be up to date on all things EA college football and also watch plenty of college football videos as well, subscribe to this channel right now. I also do some pro football and Madden videos as well. Hit that red subscribe button. It's free to you, and the only thing it's going to cost you is being up to date on all things college football, all things EA college football. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I'd appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, so I have so many games that I'm looking forward to this next weekend. Again, Thursday night, we got the Backyard Brawl. I'm even a little bit interested in Purdue versus Penn State on Thursday. It looks like a good game. And then your LSU Florida State later on this weekend. Saturday is going to be a big day. I want to check out the games I'm most looking forward to and then talk about one because there's something biblical happening in one. So when it comes to Saturday, what I'm probably going to do here is I'm definitely going to watch this Colorado State-Michigan game at 10. My boy is a big-time Michigan fan, so we're going to watch the game. Also, Colorado State previewing a Mountain West Mountain Division opponent. And then the next time slot we're looking at there, we're looking at 1:30, and we see that Oregon versus Georgia game. I'm also interested to make sure to check in on Arizona at San Diego State. Now, I know that Arizona not a very good team, San Diego State a much better team, but I am interested to see what happens with this new Arizona team, top 25 recruiting class, in addition to a top transfer portal class. They are going to be a much improved team. Again, they might still only be like a 5-win team, but they only won one game last year. And then from there, we're probably going to go all the way up here to 5 p.m. and I'm going to look at this Utah versus Florida. Utah visits Florida in a true away game. I am very interested in that game. And then finally at 8:30 p.m. I have to watch my boys, Boise State, playing at Oregon State. I was supposed to go to that game. I didn't. I will be watching it from home. Gonna be a great game. But let's talk about Michigan first because there's something biblical going on with them that we need to discuss. Jim Harbaugh calls Michigan Wolverines' decision to start QBs Cade McNamara, JJ McCarthy one game each biblical. Adam Rittenberg from ESPN says right here, Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh referenced the Bible and Solomon when explaining his decision to use different starting quarterbacks in the team's first two games. What's going to happen here with them is the fact they're going to, like I said, they've got two different quarterbacks. Cade McNamara started most of last season. JJ McCarthy was the high-profile recruit that they brought in. The 8th-ranked Wolverines will begin with Cade McNamara, who started at quarterback throughout last season. For this week's opener against Colorado State, sophomore JJ McCarthy will make his first career start for the Wolverines on September 10th against Hawaii. Harbaugh on Monday said both quarterbacks will see time in both games, possibly longer. And you think about that. So we have Colorado State for Cade McNamara, Hawaii for JJ McCarthy, two Mountain West teams, both lower level Mountain West teams. I think, again, Colorado State looks like they could potentially be better with Jay Norvell, but Hawaii just got beat 63-10 versus Vanderbilt. It's not looking good for them. If they can't handle Vanderbilt, good luck handling Michigan in that game. No person, that's biblical. No person knows what the future holds, Harbaugh said. It's a process that's going to be based on performance, but we're not going to withhold any good thing. Both have been tremendous quarterbacks. We think both are capable of leading our team to a championship. McNamara in 2021 helped Michigan to its first outright Big Ten championship since 2003 and the team's first college football playoff appearance. He had 2,576 passing yards with 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions while completing 64.2% of his attempts. And you come down here and you see this. I want to make sure we get back to, like I said, that biblical decision. I ultimately think that I know what Solomon want you to do here because you see this team here, and this is what happened. They got off to this really hot start here. They went out here and they won 7 in a row, and you see the fact that was 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. 44 yards, no touchdowns, 191 yards, 1 touchdown, 163, 16 attempts, no touchdowns. What else do we have here? We have 197, 2 touchdowns. Nebraska, 255, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. Northwestern, 129 passing yards on 27 attempts. Come out against Michigan State, throws for 380, does a good job. Again, more put on his plate. They have 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. They do lose by 4. Indiana, he had 168 and 2 touchdowns, only 18 attempts. You're seeing a pattern here. They are not a line 'em up and absolutely dice people through the air kind of team. They're really, really athletic. They're very big. Michigan comes straight at you. We also see here Penn State 19 for 29, 217, 3 touchdowns, 259, 2 touchdowns on 28 attempts against Maryland. Ohio State 13 for 19 for 159, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 9 yards rushing. Only had 168 yards of offense and 1 turnover, no touchdowns. Still able to come out there and bludgeon Ohio State because of how dominant that running game is. And then you see 16 for 24, 169, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. 6 yards rushing. And then you see the last game here against Georgia when they get into a situation where, Ohio State, they ran that nickel defense last year. They never really, the 4-2-5 defense, technically, and they never really were able to stop the run. Oregon was able to run on them. And then Michigan was able to come out and just bludgeon them down their throat. But then you see Georgia, you couldn't do that. So you're going to have to start to make some plays. 11 for 19, 106 yards. That's not very many yards per attempt. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked 4 times. Had to throw 42 yards. So if you think about that, 42 off of that, oh gosh, what is that? That's like 10 for 18 for 60 yards minus 1 throw. He's 7 attempts, negative 1 yards rushing. So he had an 18-yard carry, but then they had sacked 4 times. Sacks do count against rushing yards. So I see that there's several big limitations when you're talking about Cade McNamara. He is a solid recruit, though. Like I said, he came in as a really solid recruit there. He was the number 268 player nationally, again, top 300, number 7 pro passer in the country, number 1 player in Nevada, had a 90 score. But who is this JJ McCarthy guy that they're trying to, or pushing him in the quarterback battle? So this is JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy was not a top 300 player in the country. He's a top 25 player in the country. The number 5 QB, number 6 Illinois, and number 399 all-time, 98.66, 247 composite score. He is an extremely high-level recruit. Just came in, so you see here he enrolled in 118, so he had barely been in college for a year before he was actually playing games for Michigan. But you can see this is not so much that Cade McNamara is falling off, but more so that JJ McCarthy is coming up. Again, here we are from MazenBrew.com, what JJ McCarthy has done to narrow the gap in the QB competition. He is surging by Trevor Woods here. And it says right here, Harbaugh said that McNamara is throwing the best ball he's ever thrown. He's more athletic, and he's improved his pocket presence and awareness. Although McNamara, according to Harbaugh, is one of Michigan's most improved players, McCarthy is neck and neck with him in the quarterback competition. And it says right here, he's talking about McCarthy, and he says his playmaking ability is tremendous. He's making all the throws so many times. I watched him run 40, 50 yards and not get touched by anybody. The way he's going through his progressions right now and making his throws is a huge improvement. Not trying to turn water into wine every single play, getting the ball, dispersing it to playmakers, but always ready to make a play when he needs to. Surging. Today's practice, Saturday's practice in the stadium, Fridays, he's put in his best 4 days of practice, the entire training camp. He's surging. It's a lot of good things. They have a clip down here that has him throwing the ball into a really tight window. Again, really nice ball. His ability to throw the ball, if he can really expand on that, man, he is going to be tough to beat out in the QB competition because his ability to run he is a burner. This is the biggest quote right here when he's talking about the situation. There's no demotion for Cade McNamara. He's playing his best football. It is a promotion for JJ based on what he's able to do as well. I think this is a big aspect of JJ McCarthy, and what I want to do is actually draw back to some previous national championship winners at quarterback, because I think that there's a certain dynamic that you're going to have if you want to, be a top flight quarterback and take your team to a national championship. I think that JJ McCarthy is better equipped to win a national championship with Michigan than Cade McNamara, based on previous history. Check this out. So we come down here and check these out. So these are the last couple national championships here. And again, I want to make sure that I can highlight a couple of things. I want you to take Alabama and throw them out. Alabama, on many instances, is the best team in the last couple of years. You see Alabama so many times in the last couple of things here. So take them, throw them out. But look at this too, though. So Georgia, Stetson Bennett, a runner, a very, very fast runner. LSU was a Joe Burrow. He had dynamic receivers on the outside. He is the anomaly here. Trevor Lawrence, Alabama, and then we have Deshaun Watson, and then we have JT Barrett and Cardell Jones. Cardell Jones, before he was saying that I didn't come here to school, I came here to football. Before he said that, he was actually a pretty good strong arm quarterback, but QB run was definitely a part of Ohio State's ability. Florida State, this was Jameis. Jameis could run a little bit here. And then you come down here, Auburn was Cam Newton. So what I'm basically saying here is if you come down here and check all this out, even all the way down here to Florida, the ability to run the ball as a quarterback and the ability to make plays with your feet as a quarterback can absolutely just catapult your team to a level that you're going to need to be if you want to win the national championship. Again, Alabama is favored this next season. LSU, Joe Burrow could run a little bit. Joe Burrow would scramble to throw. He wouldn't scramble to scramble. And actually, there was one throw he had again. I think it was to Justin Jefferson. Rolled out, chucked it downfield. Huge play. Again, I think that if Michigan wants to play on Alabama's level, JJ McCarthy needs to make that next step. It sounds like he is, and he gives them a dimension that Cade McNamara just isn't capable of right now. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think it should be Cade McNamara, again, experience, the solid guy, solid thrower, or do you think it should be JJ McCarthy, the dynamic playmaker? Get in the comments right now. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. I am out.